Hey, welcome to Thinglish Lifestyle. Apologies, I haven't done a video for quite a while, but been pretty busy here. We've been buying some more land, which we're going to develop. It's actually a fruit farm, but we're going to develop further into cacao, growing chocolate. But what I want to show you today is something we've been working on here. So we've got about 2 rye here around the house, and it's a permaculture kind of food forest vibe here. So what we've been doing here is building it up over the last 18 months. I think the first video I did, the first tour I did, was about 18 months ago. So it's grown considerably since then, just hopefully coming out of the rainy season. It's been really extended rainy season this year, a lot of rain. It's actually a bit of thunder as I'm speaking now, kind of thing. But hopefully the rainy season is kind of behind us now, which gives me impetus to actually get these cacao trees into the ground. I've got about 400 to get in the ground at the new property, so I'm desperate to get them in before it does start drying out. But what I've been working on here is actually feeding the trees that we already have. So they're all going very well, but I took a permaculture course from the Oregon State University, and since then I found that they have a compost tea sort of like plan to how to build a compost tea maker, machine, whatever. So I took those plans, I modified them a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I use for that to make compost tea. And I use within it I use molasses, some manure from the chicken coop, and a handful of amino acids and some kelp in liquid form. And we add all that into about, I think I'm not sure how big it is. I'll look on the container in a second when we go through it. But I get more than enough to go and feed my trees once a fortnight. So we're going to build some mothers for the other land and some other land we've got down from here. So we've got 3 stations basically where we can brew compost tea and then feed the trees and the plants on a regular basis, about every fortnight. That's what we're going for. So without any further ado, let me just show you these plans. What I'll do is below I'll put a link to where you can download them for yourself, because it's open source. It's very cheap to do. It's just a waste bin basically, some pipe, and probably the pumps is probably the most expensive part. But for here, it cost me maybe equivalent about $20, I guess, US, to do here in Thailand. In the States, obviously, it's going to be a little bit higher taxes and cost of living is just higher there anyway. But over here it's very cheap, and because I've bought a lot of the blue pipe already and various pipes, it's going to be cheaper to do the second and third ones. So the first one's a bit more expensive, and that was an experiment in itself anyway, just to see if it's going to work. I've used it several times now already. It works like a dream. So I'll show you that process too, and trees are loving it. So let me show you the compost tea machine, the compost tea maker. Here we go. So here it is. It's just a big black container. It's actually 100 litres. It's 27 US gallons. And if I open that up, we can see what we're doing here. So let's start from the mains and work backwards. So the pump we use is this bad boy here, and it's 35 watts. It did recommend a 50 watt, but when I went to buy a pump, there was a 35 watt and a 75 watt. So price wise, I thought I'd try that, and it's worked a treat. It's a 35 watt pump. That's connected to this here, and I take this off to clean. So I've got a Jubilee clip on here. This airflow flows this way, and it goes down this first pipe and around in this loop, but it also comes across to here and down here, and under here, my finger here, there's a hole in this this end. Here we've got another end here, so no air escapes. Just get that into focus for you. So that's sealed. Air goes down here, and the air goes down here. And of course, if you can see here, we've got a couple of holes, 2 holes, holes. So the air comes up, bubbles all the way through the tank. As an amendment to the actual plans that we're working off, I just actually put a tap on here so we can just drain it. But I haven't put it up on bricks or anything like that, because you need to clean this after use, clean it thoroughly. So I generally get a hose to it and take it out onto the grass area, disconnect this here from the pump, and just give it a good hose in and good clean out. So there's no real benefits for me to using the drain pump there, because I just use a watering can like this over here. Just use a watering can, and a watering can, I'm not going to show you now, but the watering can fits straight into that. I can just fill it with water and away I go. So it's super easy. I use 2 watering cans at the same time, and then just walk around feeding the plants basically. To put all the, just got my washing on the line here. Now I've just got to put all the ingredients into the compost tea. I use this wash bag. So this is just, I bought a pack of 3 of these. They're just general wash bags for delicates, I believe. So I just use these. They're waterproof. They're a gauze bag. I just put some wire through here and then suspend it through there, and also you can use that pipe here as well. I just suspend it, and the air bubbling through there, I generally leave it for like 24 hours, and it just brews away. And the last time I did it, it brewed so much there was like literally foam coming across the top in the morning, and works really well. It's nice and hot here as well. It's very humid. Obviously I'm in Thailand, but in a colder climate, I don't know if you'd get that, because of the molasses is what's feeding the microisms, the microism, and they're just multiplying, and they need heat to do that. So if in a cold climate, it probably wouldn't work quite as well. But over here, it works like crazy. So lots of good growth there within the tea, and that's going to feed my plants. So next, I will show you kind of what that looks like. So I'll fill that in and show you how it is. And you can see a brew on. So let's get some tea brewing. Okay, so it's time to brew up, and we're going to make some compost tea. And I'm using this molasses, super cheap molasses. This is the sugars. This is the amino acids I use, just in liquid form. I've also got some amino acids left over in granular form. And also, I think this is the magic ingredient. This is liquid form kelp, so that's great. And then the main thing that's going to get it all started is my bag here. I've already put in about 4 scoops. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes. I've got 4 scoops of chicken manure from the compost pile. So that's some really good stuff. Beautiful black gold there. So I'm going to start filling in the pot, get the brew on, fill it up with water, and then leave it for 24 hours. So I'll come back to it when we've finished it up. Okay, so we're going to start with the kelp, and we're just going to put in about a cupful of kelp. And then some liquid amino acids. Thai brand. Same again. Oop. And then I'm just going to feed it all. Here's the molasses. Again, put about a cupful of that in. Oh, it smells good. Smells like yeast. And that is about it. We're good to go. Let's turn it on. Okay, the motor's on now, and it's aerating the compost tea. So we're going to leave that for, it's around about 4 in the afternoon now. Sorry, I've got a water pump key coming on. So I'm going to come back to it in the morning, and about 12 hours, and then I will turn it off in about same time tomorrow, about 24 hours, and then start using it. Well, it's been about 18 to 20 hours since we started the brew, so let's have a look, see how we're getting on. So here's our compost tea brew. Let's have a look. Beautiful. Smells nice and clean. It's nice and aerobic. Got a good head on it. So let's have a look at the bag. It's very high tech. Oh, all the good stuff still in the bag. A lot of good stuff still brewing. So I'm going to leave that going for a little bit longer. Maybe about 24 hours. So I'll leave another till late the afternoon. It's around about lunchtime now. So it's getting a little bit hotter down here. So I'm just going to leave that in there. What a mess. Yeah, so that's about ready anyway. I could use it as it is, but I'm going to leave it another 3-4 hours, and then we are really good to go. We're going to super brew and feed those trees. So I'll probably take this brew, I'll bottle it all up, and I'll take it down to our new farm. And I mulched a load of durian trees a few days ago, so I will give them a good feed. And a couple of cacao plants just for exploratory purposes, just to see how they're going there. So a couple of cacao and about 10 durian trees are going to get a nice feed today with this new brew. So that's it, it's pretty easy. So as I said before, I'm going to leave a link below to the plan of this compost tea brew making contraption. I'll leave that below so you can find the parts locally, make your own, and give your trees and all your plants in your garden a super treat with a nice brew. And talking of brews, that's exactly what I'm going to do now, get the kettle on and have a lovely cup of tea. So if you like this video, like, share and comment below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, take care.